My name is Zena Avidikian. I'm a senior manager at Amazon Advertising. And today I'm here to talk about how we are connecting brand marketing to performance using streaming TV. On our agenda today, first I'm going to talk about the connected strategy fundamentals. I will then share tips about creative's best practices and performance. We'll talk about the measurements that really matters for streaming TV. And then I'm really excited to have the CEO of Quartile join me here on stage to share the secrets of how you can make sponsored TV or streaming TV successful for you. Before I get started though, by show of hands, how many of you have ever advertised with TV? Okay, that's awesome. Also, by show of hands, how many of you would you like to see your brands advertised on TV? Okay, much more. Great, so you are in the right session. Okay, so let me get started with how we can do connected strategy fundamentals. Okay. We are in the era of video. Streaming video now is mainstream, there is no question about it. By 2026, 119 million US households in the US will have access to a streaming device. They will average 6.75 hours either streaming on linear TV or video. Can you imagine out of a 24-hour day? That's a huge number. And that's a 21% increase in viewership year over year. Think about those numbers. Amazon Streaming TV is very powerful. Brands have seen 17% increase in brand recall after the very first exposure. Now I want you to picture this. You are the owner of a small business. You've always dreamt of reaching millions of users, obviously to grow your business, right? But you've also always thought that TV advertising is out of reach for you. What if I tell you that today, with Amazon Advertising, we've opened the door to everyone? Today, your brand can reach 175 million users in the US when they're watching their favorite show. But you know what the best part is? The best part is that your ad will not just reach any people, they will reach the right people to convert them into customers. With streaming TV, your brand can show up in a growing, exclusive, and premium collection of content, such as Prime Video. So imagine your aunt one day can call you and say, hey, I was watching The Diplomat on Prime Video, and I saw that candy that you can't shut up about, and you're selling. So think about streaming TV as not just another ad product, but it's really your awareness engine. Now let me show you how we are taking a very strong reach and transforming it into a product that's working much smarter for you, using our product called Sponsored TV. Sponsored TV is an Amazon Streaming TV solution that we've created for brands of any size to reach and engage new audiences. It is remarkably easy to get started with. With few clicks, you can create your campaign and get started. Your content will show up on premium content, streaming content. And what I'm really excited about is that we are using AI to optimize your campaign and also to predict the viewers who are more likely to be interested in your brand and more likely to engage with your brand. And then at the end of the day, we give you measuring tools so you can measure the impact of your ad on the full funnel and on your bottom line. Streaming TV integrates really seamlessly with any existing Amazon advertising strategy that you might have. So you can create a customer journey focused advertising strategy from awareness using sponsored TV, to consideration using sponsor brands, to conversion using sponsor display and sponsor product. And brands who have done that have actually seen 110% increase in purchase rates. So imagine that. So to understand what this means in practice, let's go through an example of how you can build a cohesive full funnel strategy. For example, a customer. Actually, let me take a real example. I'm going to pick on someone here, Daniel, because I know you and you're wearing orange. Let's say Daniel was at his home one day, relaxed on his sofa, watching, I don't know, The Lord of the Rings on Prime Video. I'm going to guess Daniel is an avid coffee drinker. Is that true? Yes. It's true. And so he sees an ad for Vita Cup coffee, right? It's a brand new, like he's never seen it before. So this is his first exposure to this brand. Later on, Daniel has nothing to do, so he's on his sofa again, but this time he's browsing, right, on his phone. He's browsing websites, online content, and then he sees another sponsored brand ad for Vita Cup coffee. And that reinforces the brand message to him. Then Daniel is now ready to buy, right? So maybe he goes to the M shop and search for the brand. Maybe he goes to the website and search for coffee in general, right? And so this is where he is ready to buy, and this is where sponsored product and sponsored display product can guide him through the purchase. And so with this full funnel approach, Vita Cup Coffee has just gained a new customer. Well done, Daniel. Okay, so now that we understand how sponsored TV fits into the full funnel strategy, let me talk about how you can create compelling TV creative to land your message. Today I have 3 tips for you. Tip number 1, show, don't tell. Use voiceover or dialogue only over 1/3 of your video. I know this sounds a little bit counterintuitive maybe, but what I'm saying is balance the use of music, voiceover, visuals, and on-screen text. Brands who have done that have seen 27% increase in detailed page view rates compared to videos who have voiceover or dialogue for 80% or more of the creative. Tip number 2, bring your brand to life. Incorporate live talent for at least 9 seconds into your creative. Brands who have done that have seen 13% increase in detailed page view rate. You know what's more interesting? Is that if people in your creative are smiling for at least half the time that they are on screen, the results are even more positive, with 21% higher detailed page view rate than creatives without people. So always smile. Tip number 3, my last tip, end strong. Conclude with a 4-second end card in your creative. Anybody here knows what an end card is? Yes? No? Anybody knows? Sort of. So it could be like at the end of the creative, like a QR code, available on Amazon, or something similar. Creatives who have 15-second creatives who have 4-second end card have seen a 12% increase in branded searches. And for 30 seconds creatives, it's even higher, 18% increase in branded searches versus creatives that don't have an end card. So it's kind of used to anchor your message at the end of the video. All right, those were my tips. Hopefully they were helpful. Now that we've covered how we can create compelling creatives, let's talk about the measurement that really matters when you're doing streaming TV advertising. This is a hard topic. We know that you want to see results for your investment, right? This is everybody's goal in here, I'm pretty sure. We also know that measuring awareness is hard, right? And while return on advertising spend could be hard to gauge the success of your campaign, at Amazon Advertising, we also give you in-depth metric. that can help you kind of measure the success across the various stages of engagement. So metrics such as impressions, new to brand orders, brand searches, unique reach and households, as well as detailed page view rates. Let's kind of dive a bit deeper into how you can actually track customer journeys. Conversion path reporting is actually one of my favorite metrics. I really like it. Because when you're doing a full funnel strategy, you want to see how that is impacting your customer shopping journey. And so what it gives you 30 days of ad touch points that the customer went through all the way to purchase. So this is a real example. On the screen, this is a real brand, and this is a real report. And this is the top 5 paths where it led to a purchase. And you can see that the top 1 path includes streaming TV. You can also request an Amazon brand lift study, either for any campaigns that you already have running or any upcoming campaigns. You also can request 30 days look back window. It is very easy to set up. It's very intuitive. It gives you actionable insights, but it also gives you benchmarks against the brand's objective, whether awareness, consideration, or conversion. And then finally, sponsored TV signals are available in Amazon Marketing Cloud. And I believe there was a huge announcement this Accelerate that it's open for everybody right now. So just out of curiosity, how many of you today have access to an AMC instance? Okay, so maybe 30%. So any advertiser or partner who already has access to an AMC instance automatically can see sponsored TV signals. And AMC is very powerful because it allows you to do reporting across different ad formats. So it allows you to do cross-program attribution. It allows you to look at the past conversion we talked about, but it also allows you to see incremental reach analysis. So this is really in-depth, powerful tooling that you can find in AMC. If I look into the graph all the way on the left-hand side, again, those are real examples from real brands. So you'll see that if we use the linear touch attribution model, 30% of conversions are attributed to sponsored TV. Whereas if I use the last touch attribution, only 14% of events are attributed to sponsored TV. And this is very powerful to understand, again, full funnel strategies, customer journey, and bottom line impact. Okay, so if I want to summarize, 3 questions for measurement. Question 1, what are my customers seeing within 30 days of conversion? Look at the conversion path reporting. Question 2, how are my ads impacting the shopper's perception of my brand? You can request an Amazon brand lift study. And question 3, how much incremental reach does sponsored TV drive to my other ads? I would look at the Amazon Marketing Cloud. Now, I am very excited to welcome to the stage to join me the CEO of Quartile. Quartile is one of our advanced Amazon Ads partners and a true expert in retail media and advertising. Please join me in welcoming Daniel Nechnik.
Hello.
Hey, Daniel.
Thank you so much. How are you doing?
How was that coffee?
Awesome. Awesome.
Well, I'm very thrilled to have you here join me today, Daniel.
Thank you. Super excited to be here as well.
Thank you. I know that our audiences are probably eager to kind of hear from you about the secrets, how to leverage sponsored TV. But first, you want to give a quick introduction about yourself.
Of course.
And how Quartile is helping Amazon sellers achieve their advertising goals.
Of course. So first of all, thanks for having me. Super excited to be with you guys here. My name is Daniel Kniznik. I am one of Quartile's co-founder and the company CEO. Quartile is a retail media platform, optimization platform. We manage around $2 billion in annual ad spend, 5,000 brands connected to our platform. We have around 500 employees. And I think that most importantly, we cover the whole spectrum of clients, right? So we have from small and medium-sized sellers to very large enterprise brands. So we see everything that is happening across the marketplace.
Awesome. Thank you, Daniel. All right, so I have a few questions prepared for you.
Let's do it.
All right, first question. What are the top 3 challenges that small and medium-sized businesses face when they're entering TV advertising?
Yeah, I think that the first one I would say is perception, right? TV kind of feels out of reach. People have this perception that TV, sponsored TV, is for really big brands, which is not the case anymore. The second one is the creative. I think in the same concept of the previous perception issue, you see that they think that brands really think that they need very polished, super expensive production, which ends up kind of intimidating them a little to experiment. While these days we see that authenticity works much better from a TV or sponsored TV ad standpoint. And the third one is the mindset, right? Understanding that this is not like super bottom of funnel. You're really starting to think about how you build more awareness, how you bring new to brand clients and so forth. So I would say that those 3 are the biggest challenges that we see.
Awesome, thank you. And do you think the definition of TV advertising has changed over the last 5 years for SMBs?
Definitely, right? I think that exactly like I was saying before, what we see is that it's not expensive anymore. With streaming TV, you can really think about finding the right audience for your ads. You have much more flexibility in terms of budgets. You don't have to spend huge amounts of money, and you have a lot of control, right? So instead of really having to insert your ads on specific schedules that you're not sure who exactly is going to be seeing those ads, you can really find exactly the audience that resonates to your brand. And I think that, like I said, I think that more and more ads are authentic. Instead of like super high-end productions, they tend to be more authentic, and that really resonates, and people engage much more than glossy ads, for example.
Yeah, and you know, Daniel, I want to add for your second point that you mentioned, I think with sponsored TV, now that we're using AI more and more, and we're becoming much better at it, I think choosing the right audiences, like all those hard decisions, usually all of this is being automated to optimize to what is better for your brand, right, for your business. So.
It's more and more simple, right?
Correct, exactly.
Agreed 100%.
At what stage in their growth should SMBs consider adding TV into their marketing mix?
I think that's the key question, and the way I think about this, and we think about this, is like the chicken and the egg problem, right? So usually brands, they think that they're not big enough to start thinking about sponsored TV, which then makes them never be able to create demand. And they're always like just trying to get the bottom of the funnel, people that are already searching for products. But they never really start to break that cycle of just competing for search ads. They really start to think about how to create the demand. And I think that that's critical. I think that this time of the year is super interesting because when you think about when to start, seasonal moments, like we're heading to Q4 now, to peak season. Seasonal peak seasons and seasonal moments are super interesting to start because you have customers that are more open-minded. They're more in the discovery mode. They're looking to find new options, new opportunities, and so forth. And that's a great way to educate your shoppers to establish how you're inserted in your given category. And for challenger brands specifically, I think that it's a breakthrough moment to really show your product in action and give it very interesting ways to perceive that to your audience.
All right, how do you help clients scale their campaigns once they've seen initial success?
Yeah, I think it has to be step by step. Right? You can't like just go and start spending 80% of your budget in sponsored TV ads right away. What we really recommend is start with a small budget, see the first results, reiterate, test different creatives, test different audiences, see what resonates, increase your budgets a little, see the results showing up, more people searching for a brand, more organic sales, more ad sales. Then you reiterate again and you keep going and you keep increasing budgets slowly, but always reiterating, always trying new creatives, always, and like you said, with AI, it's so simple now to create and build all those creatives, understanding the right audiences, and then you keep scaling. I think that that's kind of how you should think about it.
Awesome, thank you. That's very insightful. What excites you most about the future of TV advertising for SMBs?
Yeah, and I am very excited about it. So a lot of different things excite me a lot, but I think that giving SMB companies, small and medium-sized brands, enterprise-level tools and targeting is critical and super interesting. Like you showed before, with AMC, you can really build specific audiences that resonate and perform very well. One example, for example, like we have a client that sells vitamin coffee pods.
Okay.
And we have found that people that bought science, sci-fi books converted almost double the pace of a regular audience. So you can really create specific audiences and target the ads exactly to that audience. That's really exciting. Like we said before, AI really lowers cost and speed to develop new creatives, to be able to activate new campaigns quickly. And then that gives you the agility to create the opportunity for SMBs, which is what we're really excited about.
Yeah, and you know, on the creatives, I think we can't stress enough how much you don't need a big budget creative.
Yes,
right?
Exactly.
Especially because now this is streaming TV, so your viewers are very diverse,
Yep.
right? And your creative should also be the same. Okay, last question.
Let's
I
do it.
promise. Okay. What are 4 to 5 concrete tips would you give to a small business looking to get started with sponsored TV?
Okay. So I would say the first one is start now, right? Don't wait. I think that you don't need a huge budget. You don't need extremely professional creatives. Test quickly, reiterate, but start before your competitors do. Really start thinking about creating the demand for your brand. The second one is super simple creatives, right? User-generated content is what really resonates with people now. So again, you don't need a big production. You can really create basically your own content. You can use AI as well, or a combination of both, and that's really important. The third one would be to always tell different stories, right? So you never know exactly what's going to resonate. So keep testing different audiences, keep testing different creatives and different messages for each of those audiences until you really find the combinations of creatives and audiences that work. Then you double down on that, and then you keep testing the next ones. That's why I said the budgets should be going up as you go. As you see the first results, you gain traction and you keep going. And the fourth one would be measure the right KPIs, right? I think that, again, it's a portion of your budget, but you shouldn't be thinking about just conversion rates, just ROAS or ACOS. Of course, that's always important, but understand what type of or what part of the mix you're trying to cover with sponsored TV. Think about the right KPIs. New to brand is super relevant. How do you build awareness? How to keep bringing more and more customers to try your product? I think that would be the fourth that I would talk about.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Daniel. That was very insightful.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining me today.
Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, so if you want to summarize, what's our key takeaways from today's session? 3 key takeaways we want you to take from this session. The first one is that streaming TV connects brand awareness to performance. The second one is that full funnel approach drives better conversion. And the third one is that measurement across touch points prove TV effectiveness.